Okay, just want to make sure that the sound works so I can see the little dots that are green. Okay, just want to make sure it works. So I did upload a lesson. Well, okay, something private of me wanting to teach from whomever is actually on this live stream. I had to cover the views so that I won't actually be obsessed or concerned if anyone's watching or not, along with someone that would this dislike, I suppose. And I was just watching Say About the Bell in the background. I want to teach you how to speak Latin. These are just like phrases in order to actually get to know the language better. And if you actually don't know about Latin, I don't know much about it either. But from my experience, though, since I am a multilingualist, I love languages. Since I do speak multiple of them, it's basically a dead Italic language that was spoken throughout Italy. Well, at least at Rome, because it was taking place in the Vatican, considering that's where, like, like the birth of the Pope is, so to speak. And it was actually spoken commonly throughout the era of the Roman Empire, so to speak. So it's not spoken anymore. That's why there's very few people that does speak it to this day. And it's basically quite easy to learn if you are a Spanish, Italian, or Portuguese speaker, or maybe French, because since it is it's a little complicated. It's a Roman/Latin language, because I mean, Italian and French and Portuguese, it gets a little tricky. They can be romantic languages. I gotta look back on that, but they're also Latin languages because of the alphabet. So, let's actually give an example. If you want to say our agriculture, basically in our language, in English, it means farmer. So if you want to say agriculture, you have to say agricola. I know I'm not pronouncing it right because they don't have the pronunciations. So let's actually give an example. Agricola means agriculture, okay? Which actually means farmer. If that actually helps. That's why we actually learn like some of these tangent definitions. They are basically based off the Latin language, because English is supposed to be, well, it is a Germanic language, but it has the Latin alphabet, if that actually makes sense. So that's why it's not as hard to learn, if I can actually say that. Okay, and let me actually continue. So I'm like doing like 3 things at once. Teaching you how to speak Latin, then I go write this down, and then what you say about the bell in the background. I hope my thing is loading. Oh, don't tell me. No. Okay. I thought it wouldn't load. Okay. Sena, I cannot pronounce that. That means stage. I'm just giving off random words just to make this easy. So Sena, it'd be like a scene, like you're actually watching something, like from your eyes, like you're the viewer that's actually spectating something. So that means theater. And I apologize, I don't like to show my face because I don't feel comfortable showing it when I'm live streaming.
Istrio et medicus sunt aegri.
And basically for this, because I already did a sentence of this. Histrio et medicus sunt aegri. It means the actor and doctor are sick. So if I can actually copy and paste this somehow, I don't want to let this up though. I'll have to just type this in because I did have it written down, so that shouldn't be a problem. Let me actually do this very quick. All right, so just to make this easy. Histrio means the actor. It means and, which basically would be from the French term it, which they actually will spell with an S, which equals EST. And basically sunt means R, which is a Romanian word, believe it or not. I actually learned that because I know like very little Romanian. Excuse me, I had to sneeze. And basically, ugly, excuse me, means sick, basically this illness. And then medicus, which is a medical, would actually refer to doctor because doctor actually heals the sick. That should be quite easy to actually learn. Okay, and then for the next one, I apologize for that. I had to sneeze. Oh, I had to put duh. Okay. All right. Sorry about that. I'm still doing it on Duolingo. Oops, I got it wrong.
Sky Night sunt in teatro.
So Sky Night means stages. Basically, this theater. That's why they actually got the term like when you're up on stage, you're basically on theater. Okay, the stages are in the theater. Okay, so basically they have a separate word for that, even though it's kind of like the same thing. So teatro was teatro. You actually would say an Italian term. It basically means theater. So if I actually would type that in, okay, teatro means theater. You know, technically we spelled with we spell theater with the R first before the E, not the other way around. I think because that's supposed to be the English, the British term. Hold on, I'm hearing something outside. Okay, false alarm. Those are my neighbors. Okay, back where I was. Let's see. I'll write that down. That's fine.
Architecti edificia construunt.
So architecti, I can't pronounce it.
Architecti edificia construunt.
So architecti, which means the architects, which basically would be more than one of them because it's a plural word. And then edificia means buildings. And then construct, which means constructing, which means to build something. So I'm going to actually put this in. Oh, whoops, build buildings. Wait, the architects, oh, I put building by accident. Whoops. It can get a little bit tricky because you don't want to mix up buildings with build. Because basically, construct means to build something, not building itself. So let me actually write this in first. Okay. Okay, let me actually type this in. All right. Sorry about that. I was just watching say about the band in the background. I feel awful for this. But on to the next sentence.
Multas kainas construis.
Multas is basically like the Portuguese word for many. So multas, cenas construidas, which means many stages. You built many stages, which is kind of weird. How the sentence is basically pronounced. So multas means many. Cenas means stages, and then construidas, which means you built something, since it's supposed to be first person. So construidas, which means you built, like you're just basically just, you're creating something. That actually makes sense, right? So I'm gonna actually put that down. I could put this on pause. I don't like singing that much. Okay, this should help.
Agricolae agros numerant.
Agricolae, which means it will be the farmers, I believe. Yep. And then agros, which means the fields, and then numerant, which means they count. So numerales would be the numbers, but since it actually represents like a group of people, let me actually write this down. You got to put numerat. Hope that actually helps. That reminds me of the Finnish language when they use like koirat, which means like they have dogs, or but yet I forgot the other definitions because I'm not I'm not trying to think about Finnish right now, since I want to think about Latin. Okay, let me actually write this down. Excuse me. So agros means fields. Okay, and then on to the next sentence. All right. And then once again, Historia et Medicos son agre, which means the actor and the doctor are sick, because they're trying to help you remember the sentences. That's why they actually have it on repeat. And then the stages are in the theater. It be cyanine sunt in teatro. Okay. And then the farmers cut the fields. You have to say agricole, agricole, aglos numerant. I think we got like 2 more left. Then I can probably stop here for the night. I don't want to push myself too hard. Okay, then architect, because it's one person, it'd be architectus, or this is how I pronounce it. Architectus. It's hard. Okay, architect. Architect. Yeah, it's hard to say that word sometimes. Architect, it'd be architect. Because the darn T makes it harder. Architectus. I'll just pronounce it that way. Forget it.
Architecti aedificia construunt.
Okay. And then architecti aedificia construunt, which means the architects built buildings. So basically, this lesson is just about like how to build something and using like phrases of like a group of people, or using the plural for actually building something that actually helps. and I completed my lesson. So I can probably stop here for the night because I did like 3 lessons of Latin. My math book is really acting up. Okay. All right, and I think I'm done. So I hope this was a fun lesson for this someone that actually would come on here. You know, it is disappointing that not one single person really wanted to join my live stream. I guess it just goes to show how shallow people can be sometimes. That's because of all the stuff that actually happened in the past. But I'm thinking that's good that people actually have moved on. Well, I hope they did from all that drama that's been going on. I'd rather this be isolated on YouTube, as sad as it sounds, than having to put up with people that are just very toxic. So this is basically a letter lesson that I just wanted to teach, and I hope you actually enjoy me this teaching you. And I could definitely do day 2 tomorrow. I need to close this. Are you alright? Oh no, they meant to do my Mac. Damn it. Oh, okay. Let's see, 10, 12. Golly, I've been streaming for like a good 20 minutes and not one single person actually joined the live stream. It's kind of like a little bit discouraging of how I got like almost 500 subscribers, not even one single person wants to join after me doing a ladder lesson. I just want to share this because honestly, it really feels very lonely when no one actually enjoys watching my channel. They just want to dislike, or they just want to record my live streams to get meltdowns and cause more trauma. I just let you know that I have been going to a lot lately. And for the ones that have been liking my post on my Instagram page, I really appreciate it. It's just that I'm hated so much online that people don't want to support me anymore just because I have my outbursts because of trust issues with other people. And I just, have been just pushed aside. And I think that's why people tend to support this channel that have been made. Maybe it's about me and something bad. But I just had to tell myself that, Dion, you're doing your best to hang in there. It sucks that you feel you're invisible and people just don't care about you. They say that they do, or they would watch your videos, but they're too busy going to school. They just use that as an excuse by saying, "Oh, I'm not gonna care watching his videos." I don't know why. If people subscribe to you on YouTube, like if they don't like your videos, why would they subscribe in the first place? It doesn't make sense. So besides that, I did like it was over an hour of Latin because I decided to actually learn the language. It's a dead Italic language. Bedia is a dead like Latin language, not a Romance language. I got that mixed up. That was actually spoken throughout the Roman Empire in Italy, and I thought it'd be kind of fun to actually learn this again. And I know no one's gonna watch this, but I just thought it'd be kind of fun to actually share it. So let me actually put this on pause again because I can only film for a minute at a time. Now, if you are a Spanish or Italian or even a French and even Romanian speaker, mostly Spanish and Italian, you definitely have the huge advantage in order to actually learn Latin, because Latin is technically like a Catholic language. It's like how the Muslims read the Quran. Like if you're basically speak Indonesian, you can at least read a little bit of Arabic because of the the Quran, which is the Islamic Bible. So let's actually start this off. Nos te amamos, which means we love you. And nos means we, just like in Spanish. Te, which would be you, like you're actually doing like an action towards that person. And then amamos means love, but as a group. It's just like Spanish. Instead of saying amamos, it will be amamos. It actually helps. And then nos amates, which means you love us. So amates directly means you love, and then nos means us or we. And then for the second sentence here, Patrum nostrum, because the V has a W sound. This tricks you sometimes. Patrum nostrum visitamos, which means we visit our father. So patrum, just like padre, which means father, but since you're directly referencing to that person to be the father, it could work either way, by the way. Nostrum, which means we, because you're talking about like your father together. And then we visitamos, which means we visit. Otherwise, it'll be visitamus, which means I visit. I hope I got that right though, because I should remember my Latin, because the words actually sit around. It's like teaching in Spanish, and I think I could actually upload one more. So let me actually do this very quick. Okay, I'll try to do 2 more sentences on here. I keep pronouncing with a V. Vinam, the vilitas, which means would you like wine? Because vinam, which means wine, and then vilitas means would you like, to have something. And then motas was supposed to be many in Portuguese. I forgot about Portuguese as well. Olivas, which means olives, and then valimas, which means what you like. And then I'm guessing for the next one, which would be the last one I can actually do here, would be filios nostros ametes, which means you love our sons. So filios is like fil, like, no, that's supposed to be girls. Okay, pardon me for that. Filios means sons. Nostros, like nosotros, which means our. And then amatis means love. That's a little lesson of the night.